Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. We are here at Dingarth. We are currently technically in the past, but that's beyond the point. We're here. We are making quite a lot of progress. Last episode we got to level 123, and if you actually look, we've got a couple of pending alerts. It says 1, but we've actually got 3 because I have 3 bits of mail. And we also have our Hobbit gift of the day. So we're going to get into that before we start on anything. We also have the anniversary questing thing. Let's also check we've got inventory space. I'm going to get rid of these as well. Because we actually have quite a few things coming into this inventory. So I should probably come over here. I've got like at least 10 slots needed for some certain things. So I'm going to just get rid of a bunch of this. I'm just going to get rid of everything that I really don't need. Like these rock towers. Anything like this, I'm not really going to worry about it for the moment. And then we'll keep this stuff for the moment, because that's at least useful to us in some regard. I'm going to get rid of the anniversary stuff as well. And I'll get rid of that, because I have a bunch of them already. So at least some inventory space. And then I'll also just get rid of, like, the pebble filth, I guess. Like, I just get rid of it so that I've got some space for a little bit, and then we can just work up back from that. Anyway, we have a lot of things. So we have our anniversary quest complete, sorry. We have our silver gift, which is going to be a 50 virtual experience for the first time in ever, not being a 20 virtual experience. It's nice to have. And our gold is going to be 100 virtual experience with a combat boost, which is not really useful for us, but we'll hold on to it anyway, just because it gives us a 20% boost, but this gives us a 30% boost, so not really worth it, and actually not usable, so I should probably send it to a different character. But if we go into our mail, we have a few things, as I said. So, first from Degron, we have some heritage runes, some, 4 240,000. Lovely. That's going to be used on our legendary weapon. We also have some of these loaves of chicken stuffed whey bread. This is the stuff I was talking about that gives us 3,000 agility, so 3,432 agility. I have 100 of them. For the moment, because I just decided to do 100, which means I'm going to get rid of these and get rid of these and just have that, because this stuff, wherever it is, I've lost it. I guess, yeah, Feast of the Anorian or whatever. Where's the critted version? Here they are. So that gives us 367 agility, whereas this gives us 3,400. Yes, we don't get the fate and the vitality, but it's not a huge deal for us. We'll hold on to that for the moment. And then finally, we also have all these heritage runes. There's a couple more of the, 2 more of the 24,000 ones, but then I've got quite a few of the lower tier stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these all on my bow of the 3rd age to try and get that up to max. There we are, and I probably overdid that, but I'm then going to use this all on the hunter's sword, just to get him up a few levels now, and then everything is now going to go towards the sword, which is pretty good. And I'm obviously also now going to work on getting as much as I can to level up the what is it? Is it shift I? Yeah. Level up this, obviously, to get as far as we can. Everything here is a little bit easier to get on, but the main legacy, the DPS and stuff, is what we want to be increasing if we can, and we're going to be working on that. So at least we're just going to get a little bit more out of all this. Not going to get to the max level by far, but 160, and then we only have 1,715 item experience to go, which we should get from this quest over here, most likely, and completing that. So it's good. We've got like a lot more. I don't think it was DPS we were lacking on, but like, I think we were maxed on DPS already, but it's just nice to have it at max level, and everything now goes towards the sword.
Thank you for the welcome.
Okay, I must ask that you not use that name at our uncle's request. My brother and I have agreed to take on false names in order to hide the fact that we are kindred of the kings. You may call me a Vamasil, and if I do not respond to it, keep trying until I do. One day I will doubt be used to the name, and then that day comes, the war will be over, and there'll be no further need to take care of these precautions. Okay, let's take a meal first, and then my brothers and I will conduct our inspection. Honestly, there's little need of it. If the alliance is pushed back from this forward encampment, we will have more problems than a well-defended Dingarth could solve. Let me know when you're ready to take a meal and sit with my brothers. Oh, so we get like a nice little instance. Youngest of my sons in Mordor, prone to jesting, laughter came easy to him.
This siege has lasted for years. It can wait for one meal.
Okay, at any rate, I say we will fight with the fuller bellies. Yeah, I forgot that these are the Sons of Isildur, and we're currently in this because of Isildur. Like, he's showing us this vision, basically. It's kind of interesting. Okay, let's see. I wonder what would happen if I use the milestone in the instance. Probably just send me back to the right place. Walk with Isil to meet his brothers. Isn't there 3 brothers? Just you take a meal with his brothers before the Sons of Isildur can so. Yeah, 3 brothers. Was there 3 or was there 4? My foster brother's name is Tarandil. So it's Tarandil there. And Ornahair. Hail my brothers, my friends will be joining us tonight. I'm to be called Ornahair. Very good, very good. I cannot always be trusted with serious matters, free to prone to jest and flights of fancy. But it is good to he has not endangered our well-being, not this day at least. To speak true, there's more waiting now. I do not have the stomach for sieges. Cannot remember life before the siege. I know it was years ago, but it seems a foolish thing to say. I cannot agree with him. Were he my brother by blood, perhaps it would be different, but it's not so. He and the other sons of Isildur, my foster brothers for the king, took me and foster following our arrival to the shores of Middle-earth. But I did not come here to argue with them or you. I came here to eat, and I suggest we commence that undertaking with no further delay. So let's sit by the fire. We're doing a lot of sitting at meals recently. One with Grimbjorn and now here. Is Meldoran the one we were on about that we're trying to find? I don't think that was the name of him, was it? If you seek news, I have some for you. More men have gone missing from the camp. Oh. We have a mystery going on. Oop. Can't spell. There we go. I do not think these were deserters. I think they may have been abducted. That was my first thought, to be fair. I think Sauron snuck them into the camp to whisk them away. Yes, servants aplenty to do his bidding. Yeah. If they possess such stealth, they would simply murder us in our sleep. My wine jug is empty of filling. It is filling if I am to listen to more of this foolishness. I mean, as I said, it was the first thought I had was abduction or stuff like that rather than... Nope, I have to run away. He's more cross than usual. It's nearly his birthday. I mean, it's not the very first thing you say to a new friend. Hey, it's... Yes, Tarandil is foster brother. You did say that, and he said it. I think, yeah. He marks his birthday as the day our father Isildur chose to foster him. That's fair enough. Remembering his old life and his old name are painful to him. His family died with the Numenor. Father has told us some of the story. Yeah, you gotta... Am I still sitting? We've offered to find you a brave woman to marry before the war is ended. Henrik, Hunter Slayer of the Thunia has a number of daughters. I mean, I get it, they're just trying to cover up. It's like... I'm just sat here. Cool, let's stand up for a bit. They do not make merry at Meldoran's expense. It seems I am always the subject of their taunts. Were I their true brother, listen to the conversation of the Sons of Isildur. So there were 3, like, legitimate sons then, I guess. Meldoran being the 3rd one, and then we've got whatever his name is. Begins with T. Tarandil, that was it. So, yeah, because I remember there being this thing about how one of the brothers wasn't there. Why don't you tell our new friend about Meldoran told us about the Black Gate? What did he say about the Black Gate? Hello. On a high, I proved worth at Imlad Ithil, our brothers fought at Dagorlad. Despite grave losses to my force, the elves and men pushed on the Black Gate. On the southern flank, Meldoran held the great sealed doors. Oh, beheld the great sealed doors and despaired. I'm really bad at reading today. Below, High King Gil-galad of the elves came forth and he stood ahead of the armies. Two elves stood beside him, 2 elves. There's one called Elrond. I always feel like Elrond's just always there. Hey, the other's named Elrond. Círdan and Elrond. Elrond is just everywhere. They stood before the gate speaking quietly with their king. And Gil-galad strode forth and he raised his arms. Suffice for power, he blazed like a light of the stars. In one hand leapt a storm of wind, the other a pillar of flame. Beneath the combined assault, the Black Gate was rent to splinters and dust. So the land of shadows was unveiled at last. Well, it seems easier than when we had to go through. Kind of. Okay. Exaggerates the story so much, but only somewhat. It's broad strokes. As much Meldoran conveyed it to the 2 of us, likely it was some elf magic that destroyed the gate, and Taradan has not found that was the way of it. There's a new arrival. What would you like? Beg you take no offense, I do not mean to disturb the noble ones, but the boys of my company were hoping to find out if they knew anything about anything recent of the Gazab Boron, and such as they can sometimes hear things sooner than the rest of us is all. Do they know what has happened to the men and dwarves that went to face the Gazab Boron? A storm of wrath, a vast eastling horde sworn to Sauron. It is vast, but it is far away. Were the dwarves and men that went to face it? Has there been no word? Probably not. Oh, they've heard, but fear not, they must return soon triumphant. Let's hope. Let us hope, eh? I give you the advice I gave him, do not despair. If the Runoff have made to the girls, well, a threat to us, you know, alright by now, the Longbeards and the Theoda defeat the storm race and return to victory. Okay, fear not, word must arrive soon as the storm's feet, if any be a day now, perhaps in time for his birthday. Fair enough. Let's see if Dingar's defenses remain secure. Right, let's get our floating names back on.
Dingarth is as prepared as it needs to be.
Okay, I've taken a liking to you, friend, and you return to Adambel with us. You'll find the company much more pleasing than here at Dingarth. I know my brothers will not object. There's one thing, however, you should think of a birthday present to give to Tarandil and bring it with you when you come to Adambel. Ask him what he wants. What would you like?
I don't want anything,
oh,
really.
Okay. Actually, if you can get Isildur to remain silent for even 5 minutes, it will consider the worthiest of birthday gifts.
Ah, he's always like this. Tarandil never wants anything.
Well, I won't allow him to get away with it this time. He's my foster brother. He is going to have the finest of birthdays with the very best presents. What do you think, my friend? Give me a hand at this and we will see it done. He stands up straight and gives a shout, which causes the nearby soldiers to look in alarm. We're going to give my foster brother the only thing he truly wants. We're going to give him an end to the war. Let's do what we can do to bring an end to this endless siege of Mordor. That will make the very best present, will it not? So we need to collect, basically kill 8 orcs and 4 wargs is basically what that is. And as I said, we are going to have a quick look at some quests around here just to see what we can get.
King Amrath has sent a list of various items needed at the encampment.
I'm just going to pick some up. If we get them done, we get them done. But if not, we'll have a little bit of a longer one, I guess. If it means getting a bunch of quests done, I'm totally up for that. And these quests seem pretty easy of just gather supplies and collect salves. So we can do that and then head over and actually start defeating the enemies. That is if these are easy quests that are literally just, hey, collect this stuff. They could have extra parts to them, which might be out in the actual, wild areas. We're not going to worry about the pages as usual. I feel like those ones we should probably get, but at the same time, it's just a bit of a pain to get those ones. So, well, it's a pain to keep them in the thing, in the in our quest log for ages. But at the same time, I feel like we're not. It is possible to come back here, but we're less likely to. But it's not a massive issue. It's not like, we're gonna not be able to progress if we don't actually do those quests. It's just an extra quest, gives us some allegiance XP, but we're not part of any alliance. And yeah, it's one of those weird things. Like, I swear when that came out, I was like, oh yeah, I'll eventually get to that, but it never became a thing because it wasn't it's not a requirement, so I've never done it. Right, we'll see quickly if these are just hand-in quests. Hey, that one is, and I need to find another salve, which is just over here. And if these are just 2 quests we can quickly give in, that'll be pretty nice for us as well. Oh, we need to tend to wounded soldiers, which are all over here, I guess. At least that's an easy one. And then you are...
We fight for a better day!
We're just going to, I guess, clear up the camp a bit. Fair enough. We'll just quickly tend to these guys first. Worry about these guys quickly. And then we'll head around and do the rest of the soldiers, because these aren't going to be all of them. And then hopefully it doesn't take too long to kill those, especially with the extra 3,000 agility that we should have with us. So those are resting soldiers, so we need to find wounded ones, but it looks like they come up on quest rings, so we'll quickly run around and grab all these if we can. But we need to look out for quest rings on our map. We're currently halfway there, but if not, we can have a look at this quickly. So yeah, and during the war there looks to be 2 pockets of them there, I guess. Spoil provisions up here. Let's just make our way. There we are. How many do we have to do? 10. It's not that bad, actually. And yeah, you can see a couple of the things. It looks like we don't have to give... Do we have to give the quest in here? No, it looks like we're giving in that quest over at a different location. So even though we've completed it now, it doesn't actually look like it's... Well, we'll probably try and finish it today. It depends on if these take us there as well. If these take us there, we'll be like, yeah, sure. But if not, we might hold off for the day. Right. Okay, there are 4 here. I was worried that I only saw 3. Otherwise, we'd be searching around for the 1 wounded soldier that we couldn't find, which would be a bit awkward. Okay, so... Enduring the war is there, so that is done, that's fine. But we'll quickly finish this one. So 1, 2, and hopefully a third over there. Oh, there is actually a third over there, I'm pretty sure, because there's one about there-ish we saw, didn't we? Or I could be imagining that. If not, I should be able to find another one pretty easily. There it is, yeah. It's a nice little loop that we have. And hopefully... I mean, that makes sense that that one's there. Because of the name of the quest.
Prepare for battle. Look upon the battlefield.
Let's see. We're not going to worry too much if they're sort of out of the way now, but I think that's probably killed... Oh, no. That's killed the... like, those weird other enemies.
I will guide you to victory.
Right, another 300k-ish, so 600k. At least we've got experience today. And then we can get 900k if we ended up doing that one, plus hopefully a bunch of extra XP from here. So, at least we're getting a decent amount of XP today. Plus potentially that if it's something that we become interested in. But we're going to focus mainly on the orcs and the wargs. If they come up to us, you know, there's 8 of them, it's not too bad. But if, you know, we're going to focus on the actual... I was going to call it the epic quest, but the Black Book of Mordor. But I'll probably end up calling it the epic quest as usual. You're not what I'm after, are you? No. It's those weird, like, almost mammoth-y things. Yeah. They're not really mammoths. They just kind of, for some reason, that's my way of trying to describe them. How much are they? They got 200k morale, but I think I do more damage to them. Is that a thing? Oh, we finally got, for the first time ever, I think, an Adventurer's Steelbound loot box. That might be something we actually want to get today. I normally keep them for, like the Deeding episodes, but the Adventurers one is the first time, I think, ever we've gotten one of the level 120 ones. These are level 20 to 120. So they're scaled to that level, so if we were to do it now, it would scale to 120, and that would be the highest we've got. But I might open it and see if we can get anything decent armor-wise. It's going to be up to literally 123. It's going to be on level with us. It's going to be perfect. So it's one of those things that I think might be worth trying to do. I don't think I'm going to kill these things. They're just like too much morale. Like, they're good because they give us a lot of hides. It's always a good thing, but it's just like a bit too much for us to worry about for the moment. I mean, I'll have a look at this one because it might be the case if I just went after a really difficult one. No, they all have 230k morale, which is doable. Don't get me wrong. Like, we just did it. It just takes a little bit too long, in my opinion. So I think we'll focus on these wargs, and then we'll complete this. Maybe even get something that we can give in, like some trophy items. And then we will hopefully complete this one. Maybe actually give in some tasks for once, for the first time in ages. And then, we'll finish off. Not going to level up, obviously. Pretty much impossible to level up, but unless you spent literally all day on here, which would be a very, very long episode. I feel like we're going to come across more wargs than we are orcs. I feel like there's an area down here, I think, that had a lot more orcs. I think what's going to happen is once we defeat this warg and one more, which is just going to be that one over there, it's going to lower down the area that we can actually go in, so at least we have that going for us. I need to start using like blood arrow more, but I feel like I'm doing enough damage where I actually should probably put this on and see. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be a noticeable difference. I mean, it feels like it's noticeable. Doing like 20k damage. But it could just be me being like, oh yeah, I totally must be like doing extra because otherwise what's the point? Yeah, you can see. What I think we might do quickly is head up to this area just to get the travel skill and give in that quest also, and then we'll head back. I think it would be a good idea for us to do that. And it doesn't look like there's many orcs around this area, so we'll be alright. I feel like I'm going really slowly though. There's a lot of wargs. I guess that makes sense why the area was full of them on the map, but yeah, I feel slow. I don't know why. I'm at max speed on him. Could just be it's such a large area. It's like Mordor is such a massive area. It feels so much longer to go around it. And there's a distinct lack of travel skills and stuff. Well, not travel skills, but like stable masters. So it's just one of those things where it's like feels so much worse. We're not going to worry about any quests up here. We're just literally going to give in this one. The King of Lothlorien.
Listen well, soldier.
Cool. I wonder if we can find Elrond around here. Probably not. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's head down, and then, yeah, as we said, there's lower south area. I was going to say that was the area I was thinking of where we had to go last time, but how many do we have to kill? 7 more, so we actually have a decent amount to go, to be fair. But it's because we're in the area full of wargs, not orcs, but that was the thing. But I will probably open up this one at the end of the episode, just because I think that's... I'm more interested to see if we can get Embers of Enchantment from it. Because if so, it might be something I'd try and do more often. Oh my god, the Woe of Khand. 3 million morale. Damn. That's a lot of morale. Let's see if I can get away from this wall. We should be fine. Just because I think we'll be alright. Especially with like Blood Arrow and stuff and actually like playing this properly. But if I can just get far enough away that the warg won't damage me, that would be nice. I'd just rather not deal with a warg right now. Come on. You'll eventually give up. Please. Be really nice of you. Yeah. Real reason I want to get Embers of Enchantment because that will help us out as well. Or something that deconstructs for it. I don't know if you can deconstruct for Embers of Enchantment. I'm not sure if that's a thing. Or disenchant, I guess is technically the correct term. But it'd be interesting to see because this is actually my very first eventual skillbound loot box ever. So I actually haven't had one yet. Because even though I have a level 122 as my actual main, even though he's a lower level, he hasn't really, like, he's behind in terms of content as this character. So for the purpose of trying to keep everything fresh and new and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll eventually, now that these guys are level 121, I guess that's why they're dropping. Rather than 120, probably doesn't drop because he's scaled from 120. Yeah. So I take it. I haven't been against many 121 enemies yet, probably mostly against 120. So that'll be an interesting look at. And then if it does give us either decent gear, which would be nice, that can work for us, or Embers of Enchantment that we can then trade those in. Awesome stuff, I think. Or we might have to do that raid, I'm not sure. I think we can get the lower tier stuff by not having to do the raid, but the higher tier stuff we have to do the raid for, so it's a bit annoying. I didn't mean to attack you. I really didn't mean to attack you. I'm very sorry. I was trying to click the Mordor Warrior, but for some reason clicking like on them sometimes doesn't work, I've noticed. Or at least maybe I'm just having that issue. That could be a weird, like, very weird, like, unlikely thing to happen that's somehow happening to me. I feel like this extra morale is working. Not morale, agility is working. I mean, it's definitely not hurting. An extra 3,000 agility isn't going to do anything bad to us. So, yeah. Can't see any bad reason to have it. It's also nice because it gives us some resistance ratings, so that's kind of nice. You can kind of resist a little bit more, I guess. Right, one more orc, and then we are hopefully done with this quest. I would have thought. There we are, there's one of you. Let's even use Heartseeker on you. Just try and cut off a large amount before you even get to me. And maybe you'll even drop something nice. No? Okay. Right. So we now got to go to Adambel, which I was going to go to from here, but I also felt like we were going to have to return there anyway, because they had mentioned it, so I didn't want to, you know, do that. Because I could have, but then I feel like I'd be doubling back and forth. Because here we can complete the quest, hopefully, and get the Stable Master at least. And then we've got 3 locations open. And it was better than going there, completing a quest up here, going back to Dingarth, and then going there. I just felt like that wasn't really worth it doing. But I'm not really going to worry about attacking these guys. I'm just going to run straight past. Hopefully, assuming we don't get attacked, because we are quite low on morale on our horse. It's weird that it doesn't like go any higher, considering like there are enemies that can do that much damage in one hit. So you basically just got one shot off your horse. Right, I need to find... Where are you? Paradan and Isildur. Paradan nods in greeting as he approaches.
I told you I wanted for nothing, friend.
Well, there's nothing in your power to give. Why should Tarandil ask you aught when the war shows no sign of stopping? Give me an end to the siege and I'll measure at the finest birthday since the war began. But even the world, that would bring little comfort to my heart. These years have been hard, and one good day cannot balance out the rest.
Do
King
not encourage
Isildur.
my sons in this foolishness, or you will risk my anger.
Okay, thank you, Isildur. King Isildur Gondor shakes his head disapprovingly and calls you to him. With me with this foolishness, I pray you not to encourage my sons of this behaviour, and however with my anger, I have taught them the importance of even temperament and steady hand. For my sons are the king's lineage, and the ruler has no time for jest. If you are a friend to them and to me, you remind them of this from time to time. Taradan is mine to foster, and while he is not aligned to the kings, he is still dear to me. I deal with him as I deal with my sons, and it's my hope he will prove a good example to them and guide them in their path wherever it leads.
I cannot blame them for relaxing their guard.
Oh, okay, so we actually... Wow, that's finally better for once. Look at that agility increase, that's really nice. And the vitality increase. We do lose the fate, but I think I'm at this point willing to let that up. It's going to be pretty good. We have the shade here. Probably going to have to go to an instance of some sort, but we're going to hold off. We're not going to do that quest today. We are going to be coming over to here to get the Stable Master quickly, and then we're going to open up this box. Hopefully we don't get a chest piece, because that would be a little bit annoying. And in fact, what level is that? 116, so it's not even massively greater. So actually, if we were to get a chest plate, it probably would be better anyway. But we're going to come into here, grab the Stable Master, so at least we can get back quickly. Especially if I end up getting out of here, I can go to Dingarth and then straight back to Adambel, which is good. But I'm going to go to first, I wonder... Have we got any tasks complete? Night Touched Fur. Estelad. I don't know what that is. Do we have any task thingies here? Estelad Land. I don't know what that is. We'll have to hold off, I think, for the moment. But we're going to open up one of these because I want to open it. I want to see how that is. So... Let's go to the Lotro store, buy a key. It should just be the same key as usual. Yeah, 195. And I'm going to open this one up. The Adventurer's Steelbound loot box, because we want level 121, 123 stuff, hopefully. We should get 3 items out of this, I think, or 4, I can't remember, but let's have a quick look. Yeah, 4. So we got some Embers of Enchantment, which is nice. So that does definitely give us Embers of Enchantment. We've got a minor morale pot, which is fine. A cosmetic. So you always get a armor piece, a cosmetic piece, and a some embers, and I don't know if that's guaranteed to get that, but that's fine. And then a necklace, which is a bit of a pain because we can probably get a better necklace from actual just doing epic battles. But we get 3,000 agility, 2,049 vitality, and finesse rating. Good thing is it can be deconstructed for embers of enchantment, so that is good to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch out for that, and worst case scenario, when we get something better, and we can actually put like a fate thing on there or something along those lines, but when we get something better, we can just deconstruct that one for Embers of Enchantment. So that'll be good, which means we are basically at 1,200, but we're technically at only 1,000. So 1,000 out of 10,000. But I wonder if there's anybody that we can go chat to that can trade up for those. I'm not sure, but that's fine for now. That's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode where we'll go talk to the Shade. And this is the Storm of the East, so I think that's that whole thing that the men and the dwarves were going to. So we'll see about that. But we'll go talk to Isildur and his Shade in the next episode. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.